Right here I'm sitting with Rook from the great LEGO architecture design team. So good to see you again.
Likewise.
And here's sitting Bone from Beyond the Brick.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're doing this together, so we're going to talk about LEGO architecture. Going to start with a big one. I've seen the Statue of Liberty at the Nuremberg Toy Fair, and I was thrilled. I wrote down just a note, because we weren't allowed to take any images, and my sheet of paper went around the world. So many blocks, because I just wrote down Statue of Liberty, LEGO architecture, $100. Going to be out in August. So now it's going to be out even early. It's a stunning build. Please tell us about the design process here.
Okay, as a flagship of this year's architecture line, this is a venture into a higher. Oh man, being in the spotlight just. Okay, so the design process, that's what's really interesting. So basically, what I explored first was the feasibility at different scales. So what I'm really after is getting the model to look best as possible, so that we could then see what would it take to do that. So here, my guidelines were basically what would be the elements and the things that would capture the shape of it perfectly, because we're limited with the Lego module. Basically, if you take the torch, for example, you see that it's a 3x3 round. So if you want to keep it round, you could go to a 4x4, or you can go down to a 2x2, exactly. And what would that do to the scale? So that's the explorations that I did first. So, and where would it look the best? What would be the size that it would feasible?
And in drawing inspiration, reference materials, what did you go to make sure that this was going to be an excellent replica of the Statue of Liberty?
I was there on a daily basis, man. But of course on Google Earth. But yeah, you do get to spend a lot of time with the source material, let's call it that. But the internet today makes it easy to get to know it close up without actually being there. I mean, I was lucky enough to have been there personally beforehand as well. So, but this is such an iconic building that I doubt that there is a person that wouldn't have seen it, or just wouldn't have known at least the pose or whatnot. But then when you get to study the plans, when you get to study the photos from different angles, then you get to know it more, and you also get to study how they've constructed the structure in between, because that might help you in your own search for the stability of the model. Because I'm proud to say that I can do that with it. You know, I can grab it and lift it up, even if it's extremely bottom heavy. You know, so those are the challenges that then you have to solve as a LEGO designer.
What is very great, I really like the shape of the front here. So this is exactly the same